Are mosquitoes turning your relaxing summer evenings into an itchy, buzzing nightmare? Today, I'm revealing the ultimate outdoor bug zappers that will finally let you reclaim your backyard peace. In this video, I am counting down the top 7 outdoor bug zappers for your home, starting from some that left me a bit frustrated, all the way to the absolute powerhouse that completely decimated my local mosquito population. Stick around until the end, because my number 1 pick uses a unique attractor method that you absolutely need to see to believe. 7. Fvoai Bug Zapper. Right out of the box, it feels surprisingly lightweight, constructed mostly of an ABS plastic housing that is designed to protect the inner electric grid. The manufacturer claims this unit can cover a substantial amount of outdoor space, utilizing a standard 15-watt ultraviolet bulb to draw in flying pests from across your yard. When I first plugged it in on my back patio, the violet glow was certainly vibrant, casting a nice ambient light across the seating area while promising a bug-free evening. However, as the nights went on, my experience with the Fvoai became a bit of a mixed bag, to say the least. While it does manage to attract a fair number of moths and smaller gnats, I found it incredibly lacking when it came to the main offender, mosquitoes. I sat out several evenings with this unit humming away, only to find myself swatting at my ankles just as much as I would without it. It seems the specific UV wavelength it emits just isn't optimized for the types of biting insects that actually ruin a summer barbecue. Another issue I ran into during my testing period was the build quality and longevity of the components. Barely 3 weeks into my outdoor trials, the supposedly long-lasting UV bulb started flickering erratically before burning out entirely, which was incredibly frustrating. When you invest in an outdoor bug zapper, you expect it to last through the season without needing immediate replacement parts. But the Fvoai fell short of that basic expectation. Replacing the bulb was also a much more tedious process than it needed to be, requiring a screwdriver and some awkward maneuvering just to access the internal chamber. Maintenance in general proved to be a significant hassle with this particular model. The collection tray at the bottom is designed to twist off for easy disposal of dead insects, but the actual high voltage grid is spaced in a way that causes bugs to get permanently stuck to the metal coils. 6. Buzbug LED Bug Zapper. Instead of relying on the old-school fluorescent tubes, this unit is equipped with advanced LED UV light beads that boast a massive lifespan, theoretically saving you money on replacement bulbs over the years. I was genuinely excited to test this one out, hoping that the modern LED technology would provide a powerful, energy-efficient solution for my mosquito-infested backyard. The unit itself has a somewhat futuristic, geometric design that definitely stands out compared to the classic lantern look. Setting up the Buzbug was incredibly straightforward, and the long power cord provided great flexibility in choosing where to hang it. The LED lights emit a very crisp, intense blue-violet light that is much sharper than traditional bulbs, and it uses significantly less electricity, which is a great bonus if you plan on running it from dusk till dawn. During the first few nights of testing, the satisfying pop of bugs hitting the electrified grid confirmed that it was, in fact, working. The wide gaps in the exterior plastic housing also do a decent job of letting larger insects pass through to their doom. Unfortunately, my prolonged testing revealed some pretty glaring performance issues that hold the Buzbug back from greatness. The biggest problem is the killing power of the grid itself. It simply doesn't pack enough of a punch for larger, more resilient insects. Time and time again, I watched larger flies and even some aggressive mosquitoes bounce off the grid, get temporarily stunned, and then fly right back into the night. It lacks that instant, decisive zapping power that you really need to effectively clear a large outdoor space of persistent pests. Furthermore, while the LED technology is undoubtedly long-lasting, the specific light frequency doesn't seem quite as universally attractive to bugs as the traditional fluorescent tubes. 5. YISSVIC Bug Zapper. One of the standout features of this model is its heavy-duty waterproof construction, designed specifically to withstand the unpredictable elements of a typical summer. Knowing how quickly a sudden downpour can ruin outdoor electronics, I was eager to put the YISSVIC through its paces. I intentionally left it hanging unprotected in my courtyard through 2 massive thunderstorms, and to my absolute delight, it continued to function flawlessly without missing a beat. The design of the YISSVIC is incredibly sturdy, featuring a thick, durable ABS plastic casing that feels like it could survive a drop onto a concrete patio. It utilizes a high-intensity 15-watt UV bulb that is housed safely behind a tightly spaced protective grid, ensuring that wandering fingers or curious pets are kept completely safe from the internal high-voltage wiring. When you plug it in, the bulb emits a warm, inviting glow that acts as an irresistible beacon for all manner of flying insects, blanketing a very impressive coverage area. During my field tests, the YISSVIC proved to be a remarkably consistent performer. Unlike the previous models, this zapper features a powerful 4,000-volt internal grid that absolutely annihilates anything that touches it. The sound it makes is a sharp, authoritative crack that leaves no doubt about whether the bug was eliminated. I noticed a drastic reduction in mosquitoes and midges around my seating area almost immediately, allowing my family to enjoy our outdoor dinners without constant swatting and spraying. Maintenance on the YISSVIC is also a breath of fresh air compared to lower-tier models. The high voltage ensures that most bugs are completely vaporized upon contact, meaning there is significantly less buildup of sticky residue on the metal coils. 4. Luojibie Bug Zapper. This unit boasts a towering design and a hyper-efficient 365-nanometer light wave that is specifically calibrated to target the most annoying backyard pests. When I first pulled it out of the box, I was struck by its premium feel and the sheer size of the internal killing grid, which covers almost the entire surface area of the device. This maximized exposure means bugs can fly in from any angle and meet their immediate end. I set the Luojibie up near the perimeter of my backyard, right by the bushes where mosquitoes usually breed, to see if it could act as a defensive perimeter. The results were nothing short of spectacular. The specific wavelength of the UV light proved to be an absolute magnet for mosquitoes, drawing them away from the house and straight into the electrified coils. Within a matter of days, the once unusable back half of my yard was completely clear, and I could finally garden in the evening without getting eaten alive. What truly sets the Luojibie apart is the sheer, unadulterated power of its internal grid. It features a staggering 4,200-volt shock mechanism that delivers instantaneous, humane elimination of insects of all sizes. I witnessed massive June bugs, fat moths, and swarms of mosquitoes fly toward the light, only to be neutralized with a satisfyingly loud snap. Unlike lesser units that merely stun larger bugs, the Luojibie ensures that nothing flies away to bite another day. It is a highly efficient executioner for your backyard. Despite this massive power, the Luojibie doesn't compromise on safety. The outer protective housing features incredibly narrow gaps, less than 1/4 of an inch wide, which makes it physically impossible for children or pets to accidentally touch the live wires inside. It also comes with a heavy-duty hanging ring and a generously long power cord, giving you plenty of options for optimal placement. I hung mine from a high tree branch, and the sturdy construction never swayed or felt unstable, even during strong winds. 3. Aquifer Bug Zapper. While traditional zappers rely solely on a single UV bulb, the Aquifer utilizes a multi-layered attractant system that makes it practically irresistible to insects. It combines an optimized dual-wavelength UV light with a subtle thermal simulation that mimics human body heat, tricking mosquitoes into thinking they are approaching their next meal. This dual technology approach completely blew me away during my testing phase. When I deployed the Aquifer on my patio during the peak of mosquito season, the difference was night and day. The combination of light and warmth drew in vast numbers of biting insects that usually ignore standard zappers. I would literally sit just 10 feet away from the unit, and the mosquitoes would fly right past me, completely hypnotized by the Aquifer's thermal signature. It is rare to find a device that acts as a true decoy, actively pulling pests away from you and your guests, but this model does it flawlessly. The engineering on the inside of the Aquifer is just as impressive as its attractant technology. It features a robust, continuous charge electric grid that doesn't suffer from the power drops you often see in cheaper models when multiple bugs hit it at once. I watched as literal swarms of gnats were eliminated simultaneously without the unit skipping a beat or losing voltage. It operates with a steady, relentless efficiency that is immensely satisfying to observe when you know those bugs won't be biting you later. Durability and ease of maintenance are also top tier with the Aquifer. The entire unit is rated IPX4 waterproof, so it shrugs off rain and sprinkler systems with ease. Additionally, the grid design is inherently self-cleaning, The high-voltage discharge creates enough kinetic energy to literally blast the insect debris off the wires, allowing them to fall freely into the large collection tray below. 2. New Fi Bug Zapper. Right off the bat, the new Fi strikes you with its elegant, modern lantern design that actually looks like a piece of high-end patio decor rather than a bulky industrial pest killer. It blends seamlessly into any backyard setting, and its relatively quiet operation ensures it never becomes an obnoxious presence during intimate outdoor dinners. But don't let the pretty exterior fool you. This thing is an absolute monster when it comes to killing bugs. During my testing, I utilized the new Fi's versatility by moving it from my outdoor gazebo during the evening into my screened-in porch at night. The high-efficiency 18-watt UV tube casts a brilliant 360-degree halo of light that can easily cover up to an acre of open space. The pulling power of this light is genuinely astonishing. I found it drawing in mosquitoes, flies, wasps, and moths from the furthest corners of my property, ensuring that my immediate living spaces remained a complete no-fly zone. The internal killing mechanism of the new Fi is where it truly shines. It houses a 4,200-volt galvanized steel grid that delivers a devastatingly powerful shock to any insect foolish enough to enter. What I loved most during my testing was the sheer consistency of the grid. Because it uses high-quality galvanized steel, it doesn't rust, corrode, or lose conductivity over time like cheaper aluminum grids do. Night after night, rain or shine, the new Fi delivered crisp, instant eliminations without any drop in performance. Safety and convenience are also masterfully executed here. The fireproof ABS housing is incredibly tough and remains cool to the touch, and the removable tray at the bottom is deep enough to hold days' worth of debris without overflowing. They also include a very sturdy hanging chain that makes installation a breeze. Furthermore, the unit is incredibly easy to disassemble for end-of-season deep cleaning, requiring no special tools to remove the protective cage and access the bulb for future replacements. 1. Flowtron Bug Zapper. If you want to absolutely decimate the mosquito population in your yard, this is the only logical choice. The Flowtron doesn't bother with sleek, modern aesthetics. It boasts a classic, rugged lantern design that screams industrial power. Manufactured by a company that has been doing this for decades, the Flowtron feels less like a household accessory and more like a piece of professional pest control equipment. As soon as I took it out of the box, I knew the bugs in my yard didn't stand a chance. What catapults the Flowtron to the absolute top of this list is its secret weapon, the Octanol Mosquito Attractant Cartridge. While UV light is great for moths and flies, mosquitoes hunt primarily by scent. The Flowtron utilizes an incredibly effective pheromone cartridge that mimics human breath and sweat, which attaches directly to the base of the unit. During my testing, the combination of the high-intensity UV light and the octanol scent created a fatal attraction that was simply unmatched by any other device. It pulled mosquitoes in by the thousands. The power of the Flowtron's electrified grid is nothing short of legendary. It features a patented, non-clogging killing grid that utilizes a massive surge of electricity to completely incinerate insects upon contact. There is no stunning, no bouncing off. There is just a loud, satisfying, authoritative zap that signals another pest has bitten the dust. I left the Flowtron running continuously for 2 weeks straight, and it tirelessly cleared a full acre and a half of property, transforming my swampy, bug-infested backyard into a perfectly usable oasis. Furthermore, the Flowtron is built to withstand an apocalypse. The high-impact polycarbonate construction is completely weatherproof, meaning you can plug it in at the start of spring and literally forget about it until winter.